and only the worthiest would be allowed to pass through the field of reeds.
And did it suck for you? Getting rejected from the field of reeds?
Well, that don't make sense, because I'm not dead, am I?
Stevie.
Am I?
But what if Marc Spector or Stephen Grant has actually been dead this entire time, and we've been seeing a fake reality that's been created because of his death? That's what we're going to be taking a look at in this video today. Hey heroes, welcome to the channel. Now, I want to talk about Marc Spector, Stephen Grant, and their journey up until episode 4, and how it's kind of a journey to become Moon Knight once again, become the Fist of Khonshu, ultimately get all of his powers back while also freeing Khonshu from his lockdown state that he's currently trapped in his Ushabti. Now, if you go on to enjoy the video, be sure to smash the thumbs up, hit the subscribe for more Marvel breakdowns. But without further ado, let's jump in and take a look at Marc's journey into the Psych Ward. Now, up until episode 4, Marc and Steven, I'll just refer to them as Marc for right now, have been on a journey to get to stop Harrow from raising Amit and unleashing her power onto the world of judging people before they've even done anything, potentially eliminating a lot of people, kind of like Thanos and his little snap that he did, eliminating half of the galaxy. Now, we've seen him kind of travel multiple places. We saw in episode 1 how he wakes up in a field. Episode 2, he's traveling and all of a sudden just appears in Egypt, like teleporting. And ironically enough, like Layla magically gets there and whatnot. And in episode 3, we see them actually traveling a river for the first time in the series. And then, of course, episode 4, traveling down like that dried basin that leads to the entrance of the pyramid. All pretty convenient references to the fact of a journey of waking up in the fields. How in episode 1, the clip right before this, how he was talking about they would wake up in the field and travel to see if they were deemed worthy by the gods to move on to the afterlife. And it seems as if he wasn't deemed worthy, and that's kind of the journey that we've been on up until episode 4 of this point. Now, why the Psych Ward as his iteration of the Underworld actually relies on Steven more so than Marc. Well, a little bit half and half. Steven in the sense that it's all Egyptian, very much references that Steven would understand, that he would feel comfortable with. But a Psych Ward situation in which Marc understands because he knows that he's not well right now. They're dealing with the mental illness of the dissociative identity disorder, which they're portraying, or I should say, Oscar Isaac is portraying beautifully, in my opinion, and how they need to work together in order to basically be reborn, rebirthed into the world and become the Fist of Khonshu once again. Now, it'll be interesting where they go with this, and I'll break down what I think will happen in episode 5 in a later video coming out tomorrow. But for right now, we're talking about this journey, and that kind of leads us to Tarawet, who helps people move on to the next life or cleanse them before they can be reborn, which is a great introduction, and she'll be there for the next 2 episodes. So obviously, this journey is not a one-off. We won't see the Fist of Khonshu come to life just yet. Episode 5 could be his journey, but we'll see. But it's interesting that it all comes together. It's all starting to make sense in the fact that when he is reborn, what reality do we see? Because I doubt we see the one that he was a museum gift shop owner and would run it and kind of a just average person. I think we're going to see more so the Marc Spector side of things where, oh, he's more a bit lavish. He's the billionaire playboy philanthropist, possibly even. Another point to see here is in their journey of trying to get to this Psych Ward point, they've always been kind of at ends, and it wasn't until episode 4 they've teamed up a little bit. Steven and Marc have kind of come to a mutual understanding every now and then, but for the most part, one takes over or the other takes over. That's it. There's no been coordination with the two. They rely on each other only when they're forced to or they have to. I think episode 5, you're going to see them have to rely on each other to where they start to see they're better together than they are apart, and that this personality that they're working with is going to stick around in a more permanent sense, not just when there's a mirror or when they can see their own reflection. Plus, we still have that third secret identity that's stuck in that sarcophagus that hopefully they're going to break out and Boom, there's Jake Lockley, who likes to go stabby stab on people a little bit more than Marc Spector does, which is kind of impressive seeing as Marc is more the mercenary type. But in the comics, Jake was always the one that went out and got the information that Marc couldn't get or Steven couldn't gather up, which could kind of lead to, okay, maybe he is a little bit more stabby. His method of getting the information is a bit more forceful than the other two's. But we will see all that in episode 5. And a reminder, I will be doing a sneak peek at what I think episode 5 will have, as well as a breakdown as soon as it launches. So be sure to come along for the ride. Let me know in the comments below what you think of Moon Knight. Is this his underworld? Is he just trapped in his mind? Are we just seeing a total mental breakdown until a realization? Let me know in the comments below. And until next time, I'll see you in the next video. Stay amazing. Bye-bye.